Something big is happening to money, and most people haven't noticed it yet. Your paycheck, your loan, your investment returns, an algorithm is already involved in all of them. The bank hasn't disappeared, but inside it, artificial intelligence is making decisions that used to take humans weeks. This isn't a future thing, it's a right now thing, and it's moving fast. The question isn't whether AI will change money. It already has. The question is, are you ready for it? We're going to go through exactly what AI is doing to every part of your financial life, clearly and without hype. Money has always followed the most powerful technology of its era. AI is that technology right now. Every era has a financial revolution. We are living inside the AI one right now. By the end of this video, you'll understand what's happening and what to do about it. Let's start at the beginning. What is AI actually doing to money, and why does it matter to you personally? Let's start with the one that affects nearly everyone: lending. AI now decides whether you get a loan. The AI doesn't just look at your credit score. It looks at hundreds of data points you've never thought about. Two identical people on paper can get completely different outcomes, and often, neither of them knows why. Then there's investing. Robo-advisors now manage trillions of dollars. Algorithms making portfolio decisions with zero emotion. High-frequency trading means algorithms are making thousands of financial decisions per second before you blink. On the protective side, AI already catches fraud before you even notice the charge. Cross-border payments that used to take days now take seconds. AI is collapsing financial distance. Then there's the big one that governments are moving on right now: central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs. CBDCs raise real questions about financial privacy. Who can see every transaction? Who controls the off switch? Cryptocurrency added another layer. AI is now embedded in crypto trading, analysis, and fraud detection simultaneously. Your credit score is increasingly calculated by systems you can't see and can't easily challenge. AI isn't just changing how money moves, it's changing who earns it and which jobs survive the transition. The hardest part: many AI financial decisions are black boxes. The algorithm decides, but can't explain why. AI can also inherit human bias from the data it learned on, and that bias can show up in loan approvals, insurance, and hiring. It's a lot, and the sheer speed of change makes it hard to know what to pay attention to. AI also creates new exclusions. If you don't have the data footprint the algorithm needs, you can be locked out entirely. AI financial chatbots are everywhere now, but knowing when to trust them and when to find a human matters. AI also powers the risks: deepfake voices, synthetic identities, AI-generated phishing. Financial fraud is evolving fast. And there's the big structural question: does AI-powered finance concentrate wealth or distribute it more fairly? Regulation is struggling to keep up. The rules for AI in finance are being written right now, often after the fact. Two futures are being built simultaneously. Which one you end up in depends on what you understand and what you do. The uncomfortable truth: ignoring AI's impact on finance doesn't protect you from it. It just leaves you unprepared. The confusion is real, and it's okay to not have all the answers yet, but understanding the questions is the first step. You don't need to understand all of AI to understand what it's doing to your money. You just need the map. Let's build that map together, starting with what AI in finance actually means in plain language. At its core, AI in finance does three things: it automates decisions, predicts outcomes, and personalizes your experience. A robo-advisor is just an algorithm that builds and manages an investment portfolio based on your goals and risk tolerance. For straightforward financial goals, robo-advisors often outperform human advisors on cost and consistency, not complexity. Machine learning means the AI learns from historical data. It figures out patterns humans might miss and applies them to new decisions. Natural language processing is why you can type "explain my portfolio" into an app and get a real answer. A central bank digital currency is just a country's regular money, but in digital form, issued directly by the central bank. Unlike crypto, CBDCs are centralized and government-backed. They don't fluctuate wildly, but they come with trade-offs around privacy. The privacy trade-off with CBDCs is real. More visibility for governments could mean more financial stability or more financial surveillance. AI fraud detection works by learning what your normal spending looks like, then flagging anything that breaks the pattern. This is one of AI's clearest financial wins. Fraud detection that used to take days now happens in milliseconds. AI personalization means your budgeting app can now give advice that actually fits your life, not a generic one-size template. Alternative data means AI can assess creditworthiness for people with no traditional credit history, which is a form of financial inclusion. For billions of people globally who are unbanked, AI-powered mobile finance is the first access to formal financial services. Algorithmic trading means computers are buying and selling financial assets faster than any human could react, based on pattern recognition. AI can read every earnings call, every news headline, and every tweet about a stock and trade on sentiment in real time. Smart contracts are self-executing agreements. When conditions are met, payment happens automatically, no bank, no lawyer, no delay. Insurance claim processing that used to take months now takes minutes. AI is replacing paperwork with instant decisions. Predictive AI can tell you before the end of the month that you're likely to run short. Before it happens, not after. The good news: researchers are building fairness audits into AI financial systems. The problem is being named and addressed. Explainable AI is an emerging field trying to make the black box transparent, so you can understand and challenge decisions. AI doesn't replace the fundamentals of good money management. It just makes applying them dramatically easier. The real promise of AI personal finance is a single dashboard that actually understands your whole financial picture. Micro savings apps use AI to move small amounts you won't notice, but over months, it adds up to something real. AI tax tools are finding deductions and optimizations that most people miss because the manual process is too complex. The honest reality: the people who benefit most from AI financial tools are currently those who already had financial advantages. But robo-advisors genuinely democratized investing. People who couldn't afford a financial advisor now have access to the same portfolio strategies. AI also introduces new systemic risks. When algorithms react to the same signals simultaneously, market moves can amplify dangerously fast. The most useful frame isn't AI versus humans. It's AI as a tool that amplifies what humans do when used well. You have the right to ask how AI financial decisions about you were made. Knowing this question exists is already a form of power. 5 things to take from this. You don't need to be an AI expert. You need to be AI-aware. Nova starts where most people can. One AI-powered budgeting app. No complexity, just connection to what's already happening. Automation first. Let the AI track what's already happening before you try to change anything. Micro savings set. $20 a week. Invisible. Automatic. Building without effort. Nova answers 5 questions about risk tolerance and timeline. A portfolio is built and managed automatically from that point forward. First month. Net worth went up by a small amount. That's not nothing. That's the beginning of a direction. An AI fraud alert fires. Nova checks it. Disputes into taps. Resolved in minutes. The system worked. Tax review done with an AI tool. 3 deductions Nova had never claimed. Real money returned without stress. Nova researches CBDCs for 30 minutes. Not an expert now, but no longer confused by the headline. Monthly AI financial review. 30 minutes. Coffee beside the dashboard. This is now a routine. 6 months in, the numbers are moving in the right direction. Not dramatically, but consistently. Nova explains robo-advisors to a friend into minutes flag. On a napkin. That's what understanding actually looks like. Nova asks the bank how the AI loan decision was made. Gets a partial explanation, enough to know what to improve. 1 year, the AI tools didn't do the work. They made the work simpler and more consistent. Nova did the rest. The crossroads from before. Nova is on the informed path now. Not because it's easy, because they chose to understand. AI is a tool, the most powerful money tool in history. But a tool still requires a person who understands what to build. The future of money is already here, and now you understand enough of it to move forward with your eyes open. If this gave you clarity, share it with someone who's still confused about AI and money. That person needs this more than you do. The future of money is being built right now. You can understand it, use it, and benefit from it. Start today.